Hi, I'm Blisy. Hey guys, if you enjoy this video, I appreciate a like, comment, sub, and little bell notification. Thanks so much, enjoy.
Hey everyone, so this is going to be a tutorial on how to get shiny shadow-locked Pokemon, which is a weird method of forcing Pokemon to only have specific natures. There's pluses and minuses in the sense that it limits the spreads you can get, but also it makes it easier to hit spreads in noisy areas. So the Pokemon that are shadow-locked are Gligar, Heracross, Makuhita, Murkrow, and Ursaring, as far as I'm aware. This kind of increases the frame ranges in which you're able to hit them. As you'll see in this video, I end up having like probably a 30 frame range to hit the Heracross, which doesn't matter because this is a non-noisy area. But it actually does matter for something like Makuhita or Ursaring. Now also, on top of this, you're going to need several programs in this video. One is this new English seed finder, where you don't have to worry about the date and time that a speedrunner made. It's awesome. Link in the description, obviously. It only finds the initial seed, so you still need the Jinzaru tools, but aside from Jinzaru's tools, which are XDPokemon and XDSeed, you'll need Pokefinder and Admiral Fish's recent fork of RNG Reporter, which has the shadow checker application for GameCube RNG. You'll need all of these in order to do this process, although RNG Reporter will eventually be phased out once Fish adds shadow checker to Pokefinder. So, I'm just about done finding the initial seed here. Basically, you get your initial seed, go into Pokefinder, go and click GameCube, select your profile, and go into the searcher section of the GameCube RNG section. And once you click searcher, you're going to click the method and change it to Colo and pick the shadow-locked Pokemon. That's basically a list of all of them. I'm going to be doing HERACROSS. So here, I'm going to check shiny only, and then you can set your parameters if you want, a specific nature, if you want a specific gender, if you want specific IBs. I think, at first I tried to search for adamant, but it was just way too, there was not enough, basically it just would have taken me too long, so I just opt for literally any frame. So what you do is once it's done searching, right click it and click output to CSV. So, once it's outputted to that to the CSV, open it up, and you're just going to copy the whole column. I use OpenOffice because I'm cheap, basically. So just hold on. So just Control A, basically the whole thing. You can't really scroll down. You see, there's going to be thousands of seeds, right? Like I scroll down, and you can see I'm not even like halfway down, and I got like 500 seeds here. So all you have to do is just click the whole column, copy them. And then we're going to go into XDCeed. So in XDCeed, we're going to go 2 tabs to the left of the initial seed finding thing. What you're going to do is paste your initial seed into the top section there. You're going to paste all of the seeds you found in Pokefinder into the very bottom one. And into the 2 middle boxes, you're going to do 0 through 99999. This is covered in several of my other videos, but just make sure to watch all of the other ones first. I think this is a bit of a more advanced process, but that's fine. So once that's done, you're going to start your search. If you're literally searching for like 4,000 seeds like I am, it's actually just going to freeze. Just wait a few minutes. It'll unfreeze eventually. So as you can see, it's popped up here just fine. I have quite a number of advancements I'll have to be doing. So once you found it, go into XDPokemon, and you're going to have to select the Pokemon using that little highlighted box I've got there. And you're going to search how many frames it's going to be. So mine was around 380,000, so I searched for 400,000, and I can see my shiny frame here. And you want to make sure it matches up with the frame in XDSeed, but the one that you're trying to make sure it matches is the latter one, not the beginning one. So as you can see, the one that's highlighted now, that's the one that matches up. So that's what you have to make sure, because there's lots of advancements that occur. And this is where we'll probably be, we're trying to advance to. So as you can see, it's around 380,000 frames. How long will that take to advance? So in the battle, it's going to take 2,180 per second. And so you divide that, the 380,000 by that, and you get how many seconds you need. So that will take approximately 176 seconds, which isn't bad. It's around 2 minutes 40... No, it's like 2 minutes 54 seconds, I think. And so all you need to do is set a timer for that. You're always going to want to undershoot, and I think it's a good idea to undershoot by a fair amount. So I ended up setting around a 2-minute 35-second timer instead of the 2-minute 54 seconds it would have taken. I know that's quite a while, but that's what you got to do. Here in preparation, I'm copy pasting my initial seed. I'm putting it in the initial seed finding tab, in the seed box, and then in the bottom box you go 0 through your basically how many seeds you're trying to advance. You're pasting your initial seed down in the seed box. So it's like the little circle I've got clicked. And this is just some pre-preparation for that. So when you start your battle, the battle actually doesn't start right away, or whatever it's called. Like the frame advancement doesn't start right away. So the frame advancement doesn't start until basically the battle loads up. So like there's no frames advancing here. You can take your time, no worries. Again, this is a concept I've explained in several different videos in terms of how to advance your frames and all that kind of junk. You just start your timer once you hit yes here. So there you go, and the timer starts. So now basically the frames start advancing from this moment on. And since this is so imprecise, you're going to have to use Jinzaru's seed finding to calibrate afterwards. Unfortunately, you can only do the initial seed in English. The rest of it still has to be done in Japanese, which sucks, but what can you do about it? So this is a single battle, so the frames advance a little bit slower. I like it because it can get a little crazy with the double battles, but that's fine. I meant to pick for alligator for aesthetics here, but basically you hover over give in and you wait until the timer's about to hit 0. So I think I cut already, but I forget. It's hard to tell. But basically the timer's going to hit 0 soon, and when it does, you just end the battle. And now we're going to be doing the figuring out what new seed we're on and how many frame advancements we've had happen. So you just click exit battle, and you're basically going to be doing the same process as finding your seed. So that's how many frames we're hoping to not advance more than. I paste it there, and then I lower the number by 1. So it's 2 instead of 3 there, basically. 280,000 instead of 380,000. So I go Thomas, Suicune, go back in, West, Meganium. I have a translated of all of these ones here. And I do a search after 2 to make sure I'm not advancing too much. I get very paranoid about the over-advancement. So I'll probably do another check here after this one. Like I said, I get very paranoid about advancing too much. You don't want to advance too much. As you can see, already 3 advancements. I found exactly how many frames I've advanced. These are all of the same number of potential advancements, which is very cool. So we're going to copy that seed. We're going to paste it into this one here. Paste it on the top. Then paste the seed we're aiming for all the way over to the left there. Or all the way over to the right there, paste it there, and hit search. And so now we only need 41,000 frames to advance. And so the way you're going to be doing that is by single advancements here. But, so paste your new current seed into here. Paste this number of advancements over to where our previous number, and set that to 0, because we know we're starting on this frame, and we know we're starting on 0 advancements. And then you hit the clear button. Now we're going to double check onto how many frames we have to advance. So in the GameCube RNG, we're going to open it up. So we're going to click Time Finder GameCube RNG. You're going to paste your seed here. Make sure, I don't know why I didn't paste, but make sure you click Colo as the game and then the Pokemon you're RNGing. And you're also going to do the same in XDPokemon. So paste your seed there. And change it to about how many advancements you're looking for. Actually more than that. I typed 40,000. It's actually 41, so I changed it to 50,000. And make sure you've got the box checked for the HERACROSS, so it gives the specific one. So as you can see, this time what we're looking for a match in is the IVs. So type all of the IVs in exactly into Shadow Checker. And generate. So what we're looking for is the first one to match here. So if you see there, that's the 41519, I believe that says. But you can hit any of these, and they'll be able to be shiny. But I typically aim for the first one, unless it's a noisy area like the Ursaring. The Ursaring, it's easier to aim for a middle one, because if you hit any of them, it'll be shiny. And this is I don't really know the exact process about this, but these Pokemon are locked in a very weird way. So what you want to make sure is that the first one in XDPokemon matches the first one in Shadow Checker, and it does. So that's really good. That's just to make sure it's consistent across all of the tools. And you don't really even need to be using XDPokemon. You can only use Shadow Checker, but I like to cross-verify because Colosseum retail RNG can be so odd, I guess, is the best way to put it. It's not always friendly. Once you've figured all of that out, you're going to copy the lower number of frame advancements and put it to there, so 41519, and that's how many frames you're trying to advance. So the best way to do this part is to do single advancements. It kind of sucks, but that's what you got to do. So basically what you do is you go, you just do one Pokemon you do one battle at a time, right? So Thomas, Heracross. You're not trying to find anything except how many frames you've advanced, right? So you do Thomas, Heracross. I do it again, Thomas, Meganium, and then you check. I always run a check here, maybe after 2 or 3, just to be sure that I'm still on the correct thing. As you can see, this is how many frames I've advanced. And this is my new current seed over there, but we can just leave it. We're just trying to advance a specific number of frames. So what I'm going to be doing is double checking that and seeing typically how many is having advanced. And then I'm going to cut it to when I finish this, because it takes a really long time. Okay, so as you can see, I get really close to how many frames I want to advance. So I want to advance up to about when there's around 10,000 frames left. So I advanced around 31,000, a little more, and now you can see I only have 9,000 something left. And so just to double check that it matches with XDPokemon here, and also in Shadow Checker. Again, I like to really do doubling, because the thing about Shadow Checker is it can't show shininess, so you just need to make sure the frames match. And this, as you can see in Shadow Checker, I could hit any of those frames, but I'm just going to be hitting the first one because there's no noise in this area. And so here I'm going to go over one tab to the precise advancement section. So you paste your initial seed, your current seed, you paste how many frames you want to advance, and you check it off. So as you can see, I have one that lets with 0 frames remaining. You want to find something that's divisible by 20 or 7. 20 is preferable. So if there's 0 remaining, you use that one always if there's a 0 remaining one. But if there's one that's divisible by 20, you can do that, with the rumble thing. Again, really watch the other videos. This is a little bit of a more complex one. So for my advancement here, it seems to be ultimate singles, ultimate singles 6 times, and a singles normal, and then a singles ultimate again. So I'm just counting it to double check. I really get nervous about this kind of thing because I don't like to mess up the I don't like to mess up I don't like to mess this up because it's just very nerve-wracking. Basically, if you mess this up, it's like a permanent mess up, right? You just wasted a bunch of time. This whole process probably took me 30 to 40 minutes, I would say, based on pauses and breakdowns to make sure I've done everything correctly. This is just me counting. Again, I'm counting in my head here, and when I have ADD, I sometimes, I zone out. It's hard. But basically, since I've done my advances here, this is the last one. All I have to do is go into the game and get into the battle. And so I'm going to cut to a nicer game view of that in 1 second. So here's the sped up game view. All you have to do is just walk to where the battle is and initiate the battle. I'm in a no noise area. If you're in an area with noise, like with Ursaring, be precise with your movement and try and do the same exact movement every time. As I showed in my Croconaw video, for example, because he's actually in the same spot as Croconaw. So here, right before you're about to catch the Pokemon, I always recommend, if you have the Master Ball, or any ball really, just do the just do the double ball glitch, right, where you can use infinite Pokeballs. So, and remember, as usual, the shadow Pokemon don't appear shiny. If you're going for a shiny, they'll never appear that way at first. So, the glitch is basically use the Master Ball, and with the first Pokemon, with the second Pokemon, go into your items, switch it to a different spot in the bag, and then do whatever you want with that Pokemon. And it'll just not consume it, but you'll have everything caught in the Master Ball, which is also pretty cool, actually, I think. And Master Ball actually also happens to match HERACROSS. Pretty nice, I think, if you're one of those who really likes to match them. And the Colosseum makes it very tense waiting to see if you got a shiny or not. But, because you have to watch all the animations and all that jazz. You can't skip anything, you can't turn animations off, it sucks. And you have to check it in your party too. But as you can see already, it's purple. A more deep purple than it usually is. And HERACROSS has a crazy shiny in this game. I don't know why only the body is pink. Is it like that in Stadium? Because they use the same models, they just touch them up every generation. They're actually using the Stadium models in Pokemon Battle Revolution, crazily enough. So I'm going to switch it out, show it into the battle, just to show off what it looks like a little bit. But yeah, I guess I'll just leave you to it. Other than that, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And please, 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 like I said, if you want to attempt any of these Pokemon as shinies, really, really, really make sure to watch my other Colosseum videos first. You'll understand the whole process better. This is a bit more of an advanced video. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to take a second at the end of the video to thank my sponsors and donators. You guys are awesome. I can't say enough how much I appreciate all of your support, and big love to you all from me. Thanks so much, guys. I wouldn't be able to do it without you all.